you come from? Where you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep 'em flowing. Where do you come from? Where you going? What are you feeling tonight? And what are you showing? Where do you come from? 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 Where you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep 'em flowing.
And we are live in our new headquarters. That's right. The PlayStation Bros are leveling up and we're bringing the platinum trophies with us. What's going on? Good morning. We're here with Super PlayStation Bros. It's Rudigs and Doragon coming at you live. Yes, we're here to talk everything PlayStation this week. So thank you for joining. And before we get started, Doragon, how you been? What's going on? What have you been up to?
Oh, I've been good, my man. I've been playing an old game. I've been playing it on PS Plus Premium, as we do, as we can. And it's very much been revisiting a game that I wanted to visit, then couldn't visit, then did visit, then couldn't visit. So I'll be playing Batman Arkham Origins, part of the Arkham series, seeing what the differences are there. It's actually been running really smoothly on PS Plus Premium, which I like a lot. And I've been booting the Vita up again, so I've got this one running. This is my totally not jailbroken Vita with tons of games on it or anything, and a terabyte of storage. But yeah, I've been revisiting all sorts of stuff, playing all sorts of games this last week, and having a good time. But as always, I feel like you have been diving deeper into things than I have, because wasn't there a platinum trophy in this last week, or was that the week before?
Well, there was a platinum trophy, I believe, a couple days ago, maybe before the weekend. Got that Stellar Blade Platinum. That was a bit of a grind, absolutely. A lot of achievements made you go searching for things. But again, like I said last episode, made you explore different aspects of the game. For instance, collecting the 49 cans took you through different challenges, different enemy types, different time trials. So definitely worth going trophy hunting on games you really appreciate, because you just get to see more of it. And what was funny enough, PlayStation sent me an email. My first email, not strange to you because you said you've received emails before, but I didn't get one for Astrobot or Helldivers. Both I platinumed this year, so that was nice to see. I appreciated it. Did a little post, so that was nice. In the actual official Super PlayStation Bros Discord, you can find the link in the description below, obviously. And if you're looking for both Rudigs and Doragon, they are in the link in the description below. So big shout out to us if you're tuning in for the very first time. But on top of that, I've been getting into the PS Plus catalog. That's right. I booted up Suicide Squad. I got into Deadshot, and I'm going through the story. And to be honest, I'm enjoying listening and watching the story play out. The gameplay is already starting to get repetitive. It just seems like a bunch of busy work and mini games all over this open map. Traversal's fun. I'm going around on this jetpack. But other than that, it just seems like I'm just pulling out the sniper and hitting people when I can because it does the most damage. I hope I have enough attention span to get me through to the end, but I can already see myself curving in the first couple hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's why I've been playing Arkham Origins. I wanted that vibe. Like it's something Suicide Squad just fails with for me. It does, even though it's the same developer as the rest of the Arkham series in Rocksteady. It just does not deliver on the storytelling, on the gameplay, on the excellent characterization and everything that we're used to from this studio, that we're used to from this series. I do want to play the rest of Suicide Squad. I do want to finish it and maybe put a video out on it this year. See what it's like when all of the content is here, especially as it's included in PS Plus now. But it's one of those. It's hard when you've seen the quality that comes before. And Arkham Origins is widely derided as the worst of the Arkham series prior to getting Suicide Squad kill the Justice League. So I'm 6 of one, half a dozen of the other sort of thing. I do want to play it, and I probably will force my way through it, but I'm not expecting to enjoy it, which might make it more enjoyable for me. We'll have to see.
Well, if you do get into it, you know there's co-op. I'm right around the corner. So
There is indeed.
you'll definitely need a multiplayer aspect of that video. So just saying.
Just saying, no, not like wanting to have a huge cameo or anything there.
There is stuff to be had there, though. Like Phoenix is saying, it's 12 hours, so I'm definitely going to session through it. Getting close to the end there. And if you want a trophy, put them on rotation. Some characters get more XP for special missions. That's what I noticed. Some, they're like, hey, this one's Deadshot or this one's Boomerang Central. But I'm just going everything with Deadshot because I'm like, why change characters? I kind of just want to be one character. But I get it. It is what it is. I like the variety from PS Plus. It's giving me something to play, so can't hate it for that. And I've been wanting to check out that weird first-person one that they also came out with, where it's like you're in an office space and it's all these strange dimensions. Yes. So I think that one, I actually think it would be fun to stream, even though I'm not a first-person perspective player, but definitely going to jump into that.
Yeah, it's called the Stanley Parable, that one. Very, very good game. Very highly rated. I think that would be a great one for you to stream, actually. And as long as it's at a time of day I can tune in, I would definitely be tuning in live for it or catching up on VOD when I can.
Well, great talking as usual at the top of the show, but why don't we jump into the news of the week?
Well, probably about time, isn't it? We've wasted these guys' time talking about random stuff that we're doing. Let's get into the world of PlayStation.
Hit that stinger. That door gone. Oh, and here we are. Oh my gosh. It feels good to be like more PlayStation centric. You know, it really brings that feel to the show. I like it. I like it. Although we'll have to do some more adjustments. I don't like how the chat is blocking out your name. But hey, we're here for the first time. We're talking. We're enjoying it. So absolutely love to have it here. But let's get into it. Some job listings confirm Sony has established an internal AAA studio in LA. This is interesting. In all the news of studios going down, you're confused by hearing one going up, especially one that within the article it says Smart Money seems to suggest that it is likely a team led by Jason Blundell, and he is the Call of Duty. He is a part of the Call of Duty Zombies franchise, and he really led and got a lot of fame through that gameplay there. He left Deviation Games in 2022, so a lot of rumors suggest that he'll be leading up a team here in Los Angeles, California. However, asterisks there, recent fires, which our condolences go out to, are happening there and may delay some things moving forward. But what do you have to say on this one? Do you think it's James Blundell, or do you have other thoughts?
I don't really have any more thoughts on this one. It's very much a situation of we know the studio exists, it's been set up. Whatever the American equivalent of Companies House is here in the UK. So when a company starts up, when it starts going afloat, we have this nationwide system where we can see these companies actually floating and becoming a thing. So they've gone up on whatever the US version of it, whether it's the stock exchange or whatever you call it. I don't rightly know, unfortunately. It would make sense to be a lot of the deviation guys. We know that that studio got shut down by Sony in 2024. And we know that they basically kept all of the staff to make a different studio and work on a different project. And whether it's a case of they're doing that because the project can come out sooner, or it's a more focused project that they want to put the time, effort, and skill sets into, I don't rightly know. But yeah, it's based in LA, so it might be on fire at the moment, which is a very sad thing. I've seen a lot of folks, famous and non-famous alike, mourning the loss of houses, of workplaces, of full communities just disappearing because of these wildfires spreading through. So huge condolences out to anybody impacted by them. I don't know what can be done to help at this time. It's so huge that I feel like a little donation to a charity thing here and there is a bit nothing. We may have to wait until this plays out before we know how we can help best as people on the sidelines, sort of thing. But hopefully part of that rebuild is this studio comes in, offers people jobs, offers people wages that they can then use to get back on their feet. Because it's not just a case of you need people to make the games, you need people to run the building that these games are made within and such as well. So fingers crossed there's some positivity. More than just having a new studio, there's some positivity for people of LA to come from this creation.
Absolutely. And so we'll keep you guys locked in on what happens with this studio in LA as it develops. Let's jump into the next one. We have some rumors for some games hitting PlayStation 5 this year, which are not new to the gaming market, but new to PlayStation. Reportedly plans to release both Gears of War and Hellblade 2, as well as Flight Sim. The Flight Sim to me seems way out of left base. Like, why would you bring Flight Sim to PS5? That, in my mind, that's not happening. But I could be wrong. Neither game has been officially confirmed by PS5 or Microsoft, so keep in mind this is a rumor. And these rumors are based off of insider Nate Drake and also Jez Corden from Windows Central corroborates Nate Drake's claims. So there is a lot of names behind this, and I definitely could see Halo and Gears coming, but I don't think Flight Sim has a place on PS5, but who knows? Who knows? It would be huge for Microsoft to bring these PS5 or these titles to PS5, especially considering they're both first-party Xbox games. Doragon, do you think Microsoft will actually release Gears of War or Flight Sim on PS5? Or do you think this is, what do you think this means for the future of exclusivities?
I've spoken openly about this multiple times in the past, and I hate the idea of exclusive titles going to other platforms. I hate it always. I don't want Nintendo properties on PlayStation. I don't want Xbox properties on PlayStation. I don't want PlayStation properties on Nintendo and Xbox locations. Exclusives drive the industry. You look what Nintendo have been doing with the Switch. It is a device that is less powerful than the phone in your pocket. Like, it's half as powerful as most people's phones. And yet they are turning out titles like Tears of the Kingdom, like Super Mario Jamboree, Super Mario Party Jamboree. They're turning out a Link to whatever the actual Zelda one was last year. The name I forget. They're churning out quality experience after quality experience after quality experience. And it's because Nintendo have this ethos in-house to build for their platform. It's innovation through withered technology. That's the translation of it. I don't know the Japanese off the top of my head, and I'm dreadfully sorry to anybody who wants to hear it. But essentially what it means is they take old tech and force their developers to innovate, to build for that old tech, to make the best experiences possible. And what it's done on multiple occasions with the Wii, with the SNES, with the Switch is lead them to the top of the video game industry because they've had to innovate. They've had to be more thoughtful about the way that they've done things. They've had to push things forward in ways that they would never have thought of previously if they just had all of the power at their fingertips and you just create the same generic, boring game that might sell loads. And I don't want those experiences to come to other platforms because it would nullify the experience. It would nullify the process of building for that withered technology. Just like I don't want PlayStation experiences on Xbox and Switch, I don't want Xbox experiences on PlayStation and Switch either. I think these things should stay exclusive. They are what differentiate these platforms. They are what give you a reason to jump into these platforms. They're what give you envy of other platforms, even if you're happy with your choice. I play on PlayStation as my primary way to play, but I have been envious of Halo being on Xbox for years. That doesn't mean I want Halo on PlayStation. What I want is PlayStation to compete with Halo. And as an Xbox player, might be envious of Uncharted, but I want Xbox to create an action-adventure game that can compete with Uncharted. And that's the beauty of exclusives. They force people to see what the other guys are doing and think, can I do that better, or can I do something differently to compete with somebody else? Gears of War was a different way of looking at the whole bombastic war type situation that God of War went into. And they went a completely different way, even though it's the same letters for the titles, GOW. And it's brilliant, lovely, fantastic game. Meanwhile, PlayStation put up like Helldivers and Killzone to go against those sort of things. It drives innovation. Exclusives drive innovation. And I don't want to see Gears or Flight Sim or Hellblade. I kind of do want to see on PlayStation because it was a PlayStation launch first before it went to Xbox or anywhere else. So that would just make sense to be a PlayStation release, but that's because of the history of the studio. But the others, I don't want to see on PlayStation. I think they should stay exclusive, and I think they should push the quality of these experiences so that people on Xbox have a reason to shout and be happy about choosing Xbox. Do I think they will come to PlayStation, though? 100%. And do I think I will pick them up and enjoy them with symmetrical sticks better than the asymmetrical sticks on the Xbox controller? 100%. Do I have to like that? No. So, yeah, I think they are coming, but I don't like that they're coming.
Yeah, as you were talking there, we kind of reached a place where the companies have decided, you know what, we are, quote unquote, spending too much money on creativity. Let's just ditch exclusivity and sell to all of our customers all of the experiences instead of this competitive battle that was actually doing better for the gamers. Instead, they're just, harvesting more from the gamers. They switched up their strategy, and I guess as gamers, we kind of lose out on innovation wars. So it's a little bit sad in that aspect, as you described.
Yeah, it's very sad in that regard. It's great that more people will get to play games because there are people who've only ever played on one platform, and for them to experience what they've been missing out can be a wondrous journey of discovery, as you have discovered coming into PlayStation 5, having missed most of PS4 and 3 and what have you. But there's a reason that they were so good, these experiences in the past, and we're struggling to emulate or match that now, and it's because there isn't that force for innovation.
Petition to get Nintendo to swap A and B buttons. Xbox should swap the A and B buttons. What are you saying?
Xbox are the ones who got it the wrong way round.
Nintendo shouldn't be the ones to do it. Anyways, let's jump into the next one, which is a bit of good news in my mind. We have Sony lowers the price for the PS5 DualSense Edge controller in Europe. So obviously I'm a huge fan of the DualSense Edge controller. You know that I've talked about it extensively, how much I love the weight of it, how much I love the back paddle design, how much I love the pro feel of the buttons. You're obviously, I've had it in your hand recently. Obviously, do you feel the same way? Would you agree with me? DualSense Edge is a fantastic controller.
It is the best controller I've ever held. And I have held the Xbox Elites, I've held SCUF controllers, I've held and used other pro controllers. There is something about the design of this one, the ergonomics, the feedback that it offers, the quick and easy switching of profiles and setups that just makes it the best Pro controller that I have ever utilized. And it being cheaper in Europe, month and a half after I bought one, is a little bit annoying, not gonna lie, but I did buy the 30th anniversary edition anyway, so I paid over and above for that version than what it should be at RRP. I think this is a good thing, though. This is a premium controller coming down in price. It's not a huge discount. I think it's like €20, £10 that it's coming down in price. And it's what should be happening. We have spent this entire console generation with prices increasing. Games have increased in price. Consoles have increased in price. Accessories have increased in price. Everything that goes with being a PlayStation gamer, a console gamer, any form of gamer this generation has increased as the generation's gone on. And that's not like what's happened previously. As these things get built more, as the production lines become more efficient, as the tools become more readily accessible and easier to build and what have you, technology should get cheaper. It should definitely get cheaper. And the Edge is the first sign that we are moving back into a world where, as the technology ages and becomes mature and perfected, it actually comes down in price as well. And hopefully that spreads to other aspects of the PlayStation ecosystem. The Portal coming down in price would be incredible. The VR2, every time it's had a big price cut, has sold like hotcakes, especially with its adaptability and being able to be used on PC now as well. So that coming down in price would be incredible. The DualSenses coming down in price would be incredible. Anything coming down in price in the PlayStation ecosystem just makes playing on PlayStation that bit better and easier. And I'm glad to see that we're starting to get some form of price decrease as the technology matures.
Awesome. Plus, oh my gosh. So the confirmed price is $10. British pound, I believe, decreased to $1.99. So if you're looking for a Pro controller, this would be the one I highly suggest. But let's talk about what else is going on with PlayStation accessories, because there's been a little bit of shakeup, and it happened in the middle of the night. That's right. The new Midnight Black collection of the PS5 accessories launch next month, and they look sexy. The Midnight Black collection is featuring the DualSense, the Portal, the earbuds. I honestly prefer the black versus the white when it comes to the PlayStation design. I like that feel and look better. So I'm all here for it. 100%. I would switch all my stuff. My PlayStation right now has black plates on it. So I get it. I get it. This is a great move. Love to see the options, especially with the DualSense. And I believe it's DualSense Edge as well. Yes, in the black. So that would be... Oh, they now have 3 versions, and I want all 3. It's greedy. It's greedy and expensive.
I think the biggest problem there is expensive. That's if I were to buy 3 DualSense Edges, it would be a month's mortgage here in the UK. So it's a little bit excessive. I personally prefer the white look. I think it's really clean. I think it's really smart. I really like the white and black offset and what have you. And I am not a scummy person who does not clean their technology. I clean my phone on a regular basis. This is a multiple generations old PS Vita that looks pristine. It looks brand new. I look after my kit.
I washed my
not at anybody in particular.
The other day.
Not at anyone in particular.
All right, I got the little square alcohol swabs. I was in there with the Q-tips, bro, thinking, oh, Dorgon's going to be so proud of me. And then I get shots fired.
It wasn't at anyone in particular. I was just saying, I'm not one of those people. I clean and look after my tech, so whatever color it starts out as, it remains as. So, like, this beautiful green phone is still a beautiful green phone and what have you. I use a cleaner called Co. It's an Australian cleaner that is water-based, and it's blooming magic. I don't know what's in it. It's just absolutely magical. Would highly recommend Co for anybody, especially around your tech products, because putting alcohol near a lot of your tech it cleans it really well, but it also does quite a lot of damage. So I would highly recommend Co for anybody looking to clean their tech. But
now I'm doing it.
Yeah,
right.
proud of you for cleaning your controller. And I also clean all of my kits, and my launch day DualSense in its beautiful white is still beautiful white. I love that look. I think it's really clean, really fresh. I love it. But I also get the black. It's been PlayStation since the PS2. You had the black PS2 at launch, black PS3, all the way through whatever generation. It was a black PS4 at launch. The first PS4 Pro was black as well. So I understand people having that nostalgia and love for the black color and accessories on it. Just you still have to clean those as well.
No. If you get the black, you don't have to clean. Don't listen to Dorgon.
But look at your skin color. It is not the same as black. You still need to clean it.
That's a lot of fun, though. Love to see the variety. Listen, here's how you make the DualSense Edge controller even better. You make the plate replaceable. Like, you can take it off and you can put on, oh, I got a Helldivers plate. I'll put that one on. Oh, I got a Spider-Man plate. I'll put that one on. Just... I don't want to buy new controllers for every new game. Just give me replaceable faceplates. I'd love a little collection. I put it in every game type. I'm playing Helldivers tonight. I'll put in my... that's my one critique on the thing that's happening here. Too many controllers. Just give me the faceplates.
I do think we've had more controllers launch in the past 12 months than we've had games from PlayStation Studios. So there's also that issue. Yeah. It's like, need something to do with these controllers, guys.
And by the way, if this year you try to release more accessories than games, I'm going to be pissed. And Xbox games do not count as new games. End rant.
Fair play.
All right, let's get on to the next one. What's PlayStation doing now? They're talking movies, all right? At CES, there was a lot happening. Some big announcements, some big things around what's going on. So let's hit it. I believe there's 4. Ghost of Tsushima anime, Horizon Zero Dawn movie, Until Dawn movie, and my personal favorite, wait for it, Ford Democracy, Helldivers. All right, the movie is coming out. So huge, big stuff coming along. I'm excited for all of these projects except for Until Dawn, because I don't like to watch scary movies. I'm a big baby, whatever. It's just not something I put into my head. But those other 3 projects I'm super pumped for. What are your thoughts? I know you were telling me all about Ghost of Tsushima and the hype behind that. It's actually following Legends, you were telling me, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of really interesting announcements here. The fact that Horizon and Ghost both got announcements for television shows when there were previously movies in the works, or movies when there were previously television shows in the works, the opposite of what they had previously, was a little bit shocking. But the Horizon one made perfect sense because the person who was making the television show, or was heading the television show, was... shall we say they should probably be behind bars with a lot of the reports that have come out about them, and the fact that Netflix and everybody just canned it immediately and got rid of this guy. So, yeah, I can understand resetting on that one. And maybe a movie works better for it. Maybe 2 to 3 hours in a cinema for the story of Horizon Zero Dawn can work better. I think, personally, I'd like to see it as a television show, give it that sort of 8 to 9 hour breathing space in 8 or 9 episodes, but I can understand the allure of a big screen release. With the quality of PlayStation's more recent adaptations of their franchises into movies and television shows, it should be quality. They've got such good source material to work from. It's going to be good. Ghost of Tsushima is going to be an anime, though, and that is incredible, because the thing about an anime is, yeah, you get a load of people sat down drawing and they get a crick in the neck because they've been looking at a drawing pad all day, but you can do anything when it's animated. You don't need to worry about safety or special effects. You don't need to worry about the rigs that you need to make this flight scene work or anything. You just draw it and it happens. And this is based on the Legends story, which is the multiplayer story. And Ghost of Tsushima Legends is 4 ghosts who died, who were brought back from death to fight off demons and demon masters to protect Tsushima from otherworldly threats. I think that is the perfect premise for an anime. The raid is an incredible experience in that multiplayer segment, and the story that goes with it is absolutely stellar. So if they can do good work on that, whether they do it as a season to tell the multiplayer story to then do a season of the raid story, I don't know how they're going to go about it, but it's being made by Aniplex. It's going to air on Crunchyroll worldwide. Aniplex are a great animation studio. They've done some of the best animations out there. They started with Sword Art Online. They do bits and bobs for
Demon Slayer, which is another big
Demon
one.
Slayer,
yeah,
huge one, yeah.
Solo Leveling, which has been a recent huge hit.
It's just got its second season launch in this week, I think, which has got a lot of people very hyped. They're a very good animation studio, so I'm very much looking forward to that one. Helldivers kind of shocked me. I am not sure what sort of story you can tell in that world, because there basically isn't a story. It is just an excuse of for democracy, even though we're dictators and you must do as we say or you will be killed type idea. It's going to be very much Starship Troopers type idea. But the fact that there isn't a story or a solid story in the core game means that they can tell whatever sort of story they want. They can go that Fallout TV show route and just tell a new story in the world, which is probably going to be better because they can just make it incredible for that experience then, which I'm really, really looking forward to. Until Dawn, however, I don't understand what's going on with that one. So they are not going to follow the story of the game at all. They are not going to include the original characters in any way, shape, or form. And they're just going to be using the name Until Dawn slapped upon a horror movie from everything that's been said so far. And that I'm not here for. That feels very Assassin's Creed Odyssey to me, where you just use the name that sells, slapped on a pile of crap, and expect it to do gangbusters. And it might end up doing gangbusters, but you're going to have a lot of disappointed people.
Well, I honestly think the Helldivers movie is going to be great. And then we got Horizon Zero Dawn being made by Columbia Pictures. So they made the successful movie for Uncharted in 2022. So I assume the contract's just going to keep going. They're going to hit it out of the park with Aloy, obviously a massive...
Not so much Sony, just own them.
Huge... Yeah, huge following already for Horizon. I believe over 25 million sold now with the Zero Dawn franchise alone, not including Forbidden West. So a lot of people will be behind that one, and I'm going to be pumped for Helldivers. They're either going to take it in a super serious route where you follow one Helldiver on a specific mission, which is just going to be epic, or they go hilarity. And there's so much, I mean, you can point out that it's a Starship Troopers clone, but it's also a Star Wars clone. And now we have like this Attack from Mars clone with all these squid aliens coming at you. So there's a lot to draw from, and I think Sony's got a well. Not to mention, they're also dropping the Zelda movie before 2030. So the movie franchise for Sony, and they are doing extremely well with these IPs they're releasing. So look out for it, and I can't wait for these movies.
Yeah, I'm excited for most of them. Hopefully it's done well. Good track records on many of them. I think it's just Until Dawn we all need to be quite wary of.
Yes. Well, were you saying that you wanted to smell your PlayStation?
I was not, but I feel like that's where we're going right now.
Yeah, because we're staying with CES, and the technology they were showing people in a room was these scented screens on walls and the scent dispersal to create a more realistic gaming experience. The concept is still in early vision and is not expected to be released commercially anytime soon. You know what's strange is that I remember as a kid watching TV and there being something called smell-o-vision. It's like, did they lose that technology? Why don't we have it? And why is it still in an early concept here? Very, very strange.
But there is
like, I don't want to smell like, I don't want to smell zombies rotting flesh. Like, it's gonna make me puke. Like, if I'm playing this game.
Yeah, it's a very interesting thing. You're not wrong on smell-o-vision. Smell-o-vision did exist. The difference with smell-o-vision, at least here in the UK, and I imagine it was the same elsewhere, is you went out and you bought a card, or you bought your TV guide and you got a card within it that had a scratch and sniff thing on. So you scratched away and then you had a sniff at certain points in whatever you were watching, and off you went. That kind of takes you out of video games a little bit, when you have to take your hands off the controller to pick up a pad, to then furiously scratch, have a quick sniff, throw it away to then pick your controller back up. It's probably not the easiest way to go about it, but it's also something that I don't think will ever come to fruition. It's the Consumer Electronics Expo, where this was all shown off, it is always full of concepts that will never come to reality. I remember one from about 2014, 2015. It was a bracelet. So you put this bracelet on, and then it had a little short throw projector in it that threw a mobile phone onto your arm, and you just used the phone on your arm as you would. And then if you wanted to make a call, you just put your hand up to your ear, as everybody does when they're saying, like, oh, we'll make a phone call. That concept was shown off in like 2014, 2015, and 2016, and literally never came to market. Sony have done it with their electronic car, partnered with Honda. They have brought that as a concept for the last 3 years, and it is no closer to being purchasable. A lot of what CES does is show you possibilities for the future. Virtual reality was shown at a very similar trade show way back in the 80s of what the future will hold. And 40 years later, we're only just at a point, just at a level where we are getting the virtual reality that was promised to us in that conceptual stage way back in the 1980s. So this is something, and when you look at the size of the booth that they had to build for it to be possible, this is something that is a long, long way from being consumer ready. And it may never be consumer ready because it might just be a gimmick that consumers do not want to pick up on. Whereas, yeah, we picked up on streaming our music, we haven't really picked up on streaming our games. Where we picked up on electrical cars, we haven't so much picked up on electrical bikes and so on and so forth. So what consumers will pick up on and run with as well is vastly weird. So I feel this is a long, long way from being consumer ready, but it's something they're showing off that will be very interesting should it come to fruition at any point. I don't know what the implementation would be. And as you say, I don't particularly want to go around smelling zombies and feeling ill.
Yeah, I mean, I just imagine, like, Stellar Blade, you're also like these mutated humans. You're cutting in half and they explode. And so what, would you smell that as it came on? Like, you'd be like, ugh. Like, how is that going to enhance your... I don't know. Unless you're playing a game called Gummy Bears...
Now that I could get behind.
Well, we're bringing it to you live here. That's right. Let me see if I can get this. This is, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. Oh, Dorgon, your picture came up on head of it. There you go. That's actually pretty cool. We have a leak here that Gummy Bears is Bungie's next MOBA that they are taking under their wing. So... I mean, I don't know what's happening over there. It's a rather odd name, but apparently a secret Sony project. It's going to be a Super Smash Brothers inspired MOBA, and it's going to be called Gummy Bears. Oh, so sweet, oh, so delicious. Gummy Bears. What do you think of this? Have you heard of this? What is going on at Bungie? Any direction is the right direction, I guess.
It's something that's been in the works for a long time at Bungie. It was their secret third division that were making this way back in 2022. I first heard about it. It was going to be a more family-friendly game. It was going to be sort of sky, space, pirate type things, very colorful, very joyful. Still going to be leaning into Bungie's multiplayer expertise, still going to be leaning into their massively online worlds, but it was meant to be a very different thing than what Marathon or Destiny was. And it's now starting to actually show some fire, show some light to the world. And it looks all right. Like the screenshots I've seen from way back when and now, they've advanced quite nicely. I like the art style to it, if that is what they are aiming for. It does fit the MOBA sort of feel. You want it to be bright, you want it to be vibrant, you want it to be a little bit more than photorealism or a little bit less than photorealism. But Bungie do need something at the moment. Like Marathon is seemingly stuck in development for however long. I don't know when we will see that one. I think Destiny is due for a big change. I think its audience will change massively with this new era. I don't think it's going to appeal maybe to the old players of Destiny. So they need something different on the market as well that appeals to yet again a different demographic, and that will keep them ticking over if all three are actually doing well. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of gummy bears. I eat gummy bears on a regular basis. I have saved in my basket. Haribo, yes.
Haribo.
I have saved in my basket a 3-kilogram bag of gummy bears for whenever I have the need, and I just click buy, and that'll last me maybe a week. I have a problem. Is there like a Gummy Bears Anonymous that we can go to? The name's weird. That is the only thing with this. Why is it called Gummy Bears? Like, you look at that picture. Why is it called Gummy Bears? There is no correlation here in my mind, but it still looks like a decent game.
They're trying to get Gem to do a collab. That's why.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
But pretty cool. Thought we'd bring that up. We'll keep you updated as we learn more about gummy bears, as long as Doragon doesn't eat them before we get to tell you about them. All right. Let's jump into this next one. I wanted to let everybody know this is important information. Now that Elden Ring is a strategic alliance with Sony, and From Software, all that good stuff. Listen, this is going to be a huge game on my radar for this year. Probably my #1 game as of right now on my radar. The signups for the network tests are now live, people. So if you haven't done it already, I did it within the first couple minutes. But you can now click here to get onto the official site. I'll drop the link in the chat. But don't leave the podcast. Just open that in a new tab and sign up later. But absolutely, you want to check that out. You want to sign up for the network test because the sign up is live now. So big shout out to Elden Ring and Night Rain. They're doing something different, and if you want to be a part of some early thoughts and some early perspectives, definitely get onto this network test that they are running. And it's actually funny, they're running the test on Valentine's Day, so I guess they're hitting a certain demographic.
Lonely people, yeah. It's a good thing to run, good thing to get in on. Obviously it's going to be this co-op experience, which they stated when it was first announced, so making sure that the servers are able to take that in multiple different tests. I don't think this is the last time you're going to be able to get hands-on with the game before it launches. I think there's going to be closed and open betas as well, just because there is going to be a server capacity challenge and concern if they're being sensible about it, like anything that has online co-op or online multiplayer. So fingers crossed this allows them to have as smooth a launch as possible. And if you're willing to help out, if you're willing to jump in and spend your 14th of February doing that, then go for it. I won't be, because it's my birthday and I'll be doing something else.
Well, see, that's what I want to do for my birthday, so I hope I get locked into that one. But we'll see. feature 18 PS5 predictions for 2025. So I thought I would talk about some of these and you'd give me your thoughts. So do you think we will get Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet gameplay reveal and a release window for 2026?
I think we might even see it for 2025.
What?
Naughty Dog's been quiet for 4 years at this point. This is the 5th year, which is generally, as AAAs are going now, their polishing year, and especially with a team and company like Naughty Dog. I think we might see this for the holiday season 2025.
I'm flabbergasted. You've shocked me. Okay. Bold prediction. Next up, PS Portal will get an OLED version. Do you think that's going to be
almost seems like a no-brainer? Yeah, almost seems like a no-brainer. I don't want them to because I am an OLED sucker, and if they put an OLED version out, I may have to get it. But it's one of those, like with the Switch OLED, it's not that big an upgrade. It's not that big a change other than some like color pop and accuracy. And for most people, like the IPS screen that's on the current Portal is an incredible screen. You don't really need more. I think the only thing would be if it increases resolution as well.
All right. Well, they're saying Judas is going to release in Q1 and be a true successor to BioShock. Wow. I think if Judas was going to release in Q1 this year, we would have seen a lot more from it. What do you think about that one?
I forgot Judas existed. So yeah, that says how much we've seen about that one. It is Ken Levine, it is the team behind BioShock. So it should be along the lines of Infinite's quality, just more modernized. I would like to see a lot more. If it's coming Q1 2025, that's between now and March, we should have seen a lot more. So I don't think that one is an accurate prediction.
Resident Evil 9 is announced for a 2026 launch. Do you think we'll see it?
Distinctly possible. We know it's in development. Capcom have said as much. It's been 3 years since 8. So it would be on the 4th year that it releases. The RE engine, as they say, is quite easy to develop for. It's why their remakes can come out so quickly and why we've had so many Resident Evil games in the last sort of decade. So I could very easily believe that one, but I could also see them waiting to announce it for next year, release it 2027. It could go either way, that one.
Do you think Death Stranding 2 will earn the highest Metacritic rating of any PS5 game released this year?
No.
No.
Ghost of Yotei exists.
Oh, Yotai versus Death Stranding. We'll see it in the ratings. Hollow Knight Silksong releases? Yeah, right. I feel like that's been an ongoing joke. I don't see that game releasing with more of a build-up, like you were saying. I think they want to create a lot more hype behind it. Starfield
I also think it's possible, though.
Oh,
just for the simple reason that it's been in development hell for like 8 years, so they might just drop it one day. Again, that's one that could go either way. I think a shadow surprise drop for Silksong would be an incredible marketing thing.
Do you think Starfield will come to PS5 in a complete edition later this year?
Highly likely. I would advise anybody against playing it, though. It's not worth your time.
Jin Sakai will be a playable character in Ghosts of Yotai through a flashback sequence. This is the most craziest one to me. I do not think this will happen whatsoever. Jin Sakai's story is over. They're not going to go backwards 300 years to play some flashback. My opinion. What do you think?
I completely agree with you, but I think that the predictor is onto something here. It's something Wibblesniff and I have spoken about, and we both thought the same before speaking to one another. You get your mythical tales in Ghost of Tsushima about older, fantastical warriors who did different things. So you get like special armor, you get special weapons, you get special abilities. if they do not do a mythical tale about Jin Sakai for this new Ghost, they are kind of missing a trick. That I do believe that there will be a mythical tale based around Jin, and you might get to talk to Jin's ghost like you did with a couple of ghosts in Ghost of Tsushima. But I do not think Jin will be playable. The only way you might get close to that is with a new version of the Legends mode, and he be playable as a skin or character in the multiplayer.
Good shout. I could definitely see that. And I would definitely like the, I don't know what you call it there, but having Jin Sakai as a literal ghost in Ghosts of Yotai, you know? You play on words there. Final Fantasy IX Remake is revealed and built on Unreal Engine. Maybe. I mean, I played Final Fantasy VII Parts 1 and 2. I think they absolutely blew my mind. I think we'll hear more from Kingdom Hearts 4. In terms of these Final Fantasies 9 remakes, I cannot keep up. They are remaking them left, right, and center with no discrimination, just in any order they want. How do you feel about this prediction?
I cannot see the point in jumping to Final Fantasy IX Remake when you're still to finish the Final Fantasy VII remakes. I also can't see the point of jumping to the Final Fantasy IX Remake when Squall is there. The Gunblade, the greatest weapon outside of the Buster Sword in the entire Final Fantasy series. Squall has the Gunblade. He is incredible. Why skip Final Fantasy VIII? It seems completely stupid, but this is Square Enix, and they have been completely stupid on many different fronts in the past 24, 36 months. So it wouldn't surprise me for their stupidity to reign supreme.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even get why people like Cloud so much. He doesn't even say that much, and he's kind of a dick.
That's why people liked him. When he came out, you didn't have that many kind of a dick characters, and especially like school life here in the UK, because we were all in like primary school, but under the age of 10 when that launched. And he was just this no fuss, no mess, sassy guy that we hadn't seen before. He was fresh, he was new, he was different, and it was in a video game that we got to experience this. So yeah, I understand the nostalgia of him, but if you're coming to him fresh, I can understand the maybe dislike of him as well. I think you would get on with Squall better than you would with Cloud.
Well, we can only hope for a remake on 8. And I know Phoenix in the chat is cheering for it as well. Maybe one day. Sony will announce a game playable on PS5, PC, and mobile. I think that's going to be happening with Phantom Blade Zero, if I'm not correct. I believe it will be a mobile, console, and PC game. So that prediction is probably based in a lot of facts.
I would love it if it's also cloud playable so that PS Portal players can get in on the mix.
Oh, yeah.
I would love it if it was released on Vita. Like, just if it's playable on mobile, put it on the Vita as well, and you will have millions of very happy players turning these things back on, getting them updated, buying and playing that game. I can guarantee it for you.
Oh, that's a you thing. I mean, you have the Portal. The screen's bigger and better.
Yeah, but the Vita's a better console overall.
What? The controller, the haptics. Anyways, GTA 6 will have a modular multiplayer map, allowing Rockstar to change parts of his city. I mean, maybe GTA 6 is a big mystery with a lot of rumors around it, I think. Whether or not it will even release this year, I think, is a big question mark.
I think a lot of GTA ambitions are beyond what the consoles can currently do. I think they're going to have a torrid launch if they don't delay into 2026.
Team Asobi isn't done with Astrobot, so they predict that we'll probably get 2 or more bonus stages, squeezing out some Final Fantasy characters, and I think maybe some more holiday themed stuff will come around. Maybe we'll something with Easter. I can see all those colorful eggs type of situation. Who knows? But I definitely agree. I don't think they're done with Astrobot.
100%. They supported Astro's Playroom for about 2 years after its launch. Bear in mind that was a free release with the PlayStation 5 console. So for a paid game, I think we can see easily 2025 support, maybe into 2026 as well.
All right. Well, that's all the predictions I wanted to go through, just kind of touch on there. I thought that would be some fun stuff to go through on what's going on. And if you were looking for things to play, I thought I'd give a shout out to 2 demos now available on PS5. If you're looking to try something new, we have AI Limit, which is along that anime vein, and sort of that's through the China Hero projects. It really gives me that that Souls-like feeling. If you're into that type of combat, definitely going to be on my radar to check it out. Have you heard of AI Limit? Is that an anime, or is this just a IP?
I have never heard those letters put in that order before in my life. I've got no idea what it is. Looks decent. Like, I'll take the looks of it, but yeah, I need to do a lot more research on that one before passing any form of judgment.
Yeah, so definitely if you want to give it a try out, I love these hero projects. They've produced some excellent games, so this one is going to be on my radar. Demo available now on PlayStation. The next one I wanted to give a shout out to, which is a demo that you may want to try if you're along the Souls-like players like me, and that is the first Berserker. Kazan gets a PS5 demo next week on Thursday, January 16th. And that will be one you may want to be able to try out, test out, definitely if you're looking to get it. It is from the creator of a mobile game, so the style may be a little bit more different than you're used to. But I did play the early release, and it was very much a challenging Souls game. So if you're in that vein, that's a game for you.
Isn't Keanu Reeves involved with that one, or is that his comic book that's called similar?
Well, I would love to know more about that, but I have no idea. Sounds cool.
First Berserker console game, Kazan. Let's add Keanu Reeves' name to the search. Yep.
Oh, no way. Good old
He's
Keanu.
heavily involved with that. He had I believe that is the title of his comic book, The First Berserker, whatever. And they've made a video game adaptation of it, and it's meant to be really, really good. I haven't had the opportunity to read it. I've not been able to buy it anywhere yet. So, and I will always buy artwork. I'm not one of these people who likes to just stick the art through AI thievery and whatever. So I'll always pay for people's artwork. So I haven't had the chance to read that one, but all of the reviews have been absolutely incredible for it. And if this video game is based off of that idea, I'm all for it.
Absolutely. Let's shut down the show, though. It's been great talking. We've got to get on with our lives, but hopefully you guys have learned more about what's going on in PlayStation this week and the future. Of course, you can find all of our stuff, all of our content in the links below. Also, join the Discord. That's in the description below. Dorgon, what do people have to look forward to on your channel?
I've got a new video up at the moment, which is a review of Indiana Jones and The Great Circle. So go over, give that one a watch. Link in the description if you fancy. I've got 2 other videos currently in the works. One is a review of some items that I've been sent, and one is basically a response to some stupid changes that one of the platform holders has made in recent times to the way that people can play. So again, keep your eyes peeled. Links down in the description. I will be getting those out to you guys as soon as I possibly can. Rue, what are we seeing from you? It's Monday, so we've got a week of possible content from you. I know you're still building a house, but Do we get any streams from the great man?
Haha, well, those are still scheduled to go ahead. We got Helldivers tonight, gonna be jumping into some more managed democracy action. Then we have Among Us on 9 o'clock on Tuesday. I know that's way too late for you. I'm sorry. But Nads likes to host it, and we get everyone who's awake to come airlock everybody out. And then Wednesday, family game night, gonna be hanging out with the siblings. So, and then Thursday's the download. Wow, it is a packed week. Lots of stuff happening. Be sure to check out Cloud&Console and Rudigs for all of this amazing content, as well as Dorgon. Link in the description below. Until next week, we'll be playing PlayStation and hanging out. Check out this stinger, though, on the way to the credits. All right. See you
Catch you later, guys.
To believe in me. Why try? Do I even need to? I die with the season leaves. I glide with the season breeze.